We've got high hopes for this contest with these two fighters. Should be a really good matchup. I'm Todd Grisham. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
About time too.
It's time for our tale of the tape. The one and only Sergio Martinez. Weighing in at 160 pounds. He's 5 foot 8 inches tall and has a reach of almost 73 inches. And up against him, it's David Benavidez. He's a whopping 6 foot 2 inches tall and has a reach of 74.5 inches.
Talk about hot seats in the house. I am so lucky to be sat where I am watching this fight live. I can tell my grandkids about this.
This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Buenos Aires, Argentina, here is a unified and sensational middleweight champion of the world, Sergio Maravilla Martinez. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Phoenix, Arizona, an all-action, exciting two-division champion of the world, known as the Mexican Monster, David Benavidez.
So they stare into each other's eyes one final time, touch gloves, and get prepared for battle.
This is it. This is that place. This is that fight venue. This is the place where the action happens.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell rings, there will only be two that we're talking about. We're expecting an all-out offensive display. Misses with the straight left. Beautiful counter shot. He misses with that straight left. A perfect counter lands. And this one has all of those big fight feels you want from a prize fight. Here we go.
You have some fighters that are big show, big arena fighters, and they bask in this, they love this, they are born for this. You have other fighters where this will be like a rabbit in the headlights.
Miss with that jab. How about that time counter shot? They threw the hook, it didn't land. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Misses with the jab. When you're fighting a counter punch, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counter puncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Hard, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Nice counter. Do you believe what we're seeing? He threw a punch and just got countered. Threw the left uppercut, but it misses. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. That counter punch caught him clean. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. And it's survival time for David Benavidez. Martinez in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
I need to focus. The jab's working nice.
Goes 1-2 straight down the middle. Come
Back in. You're better than that, kid. Just go back out there and get behind.
On to the second round. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
If you're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching every move, that every twitch.
Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. That left-handed jab doesn't quite score. A lot of people love watching fighters in this weight class because they've got the speed and they've got the power. That hook won't score. Beautiful counter punch. A lot of effort being exerted here. Counter punching. Trying to land that jab. Good counter punch. Well, Johnny, we're a couple rounds in. What are you seeing so far?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You just got to try and cut them skin and go for speed.
Can't find a home for that jab. That jab won't score. Those counter punches have to hurt. Is he gonna punch himself out though? You know the scorecards are gonna be all over the place in this one. Martinez in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, man, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
Don't give it.
Let's get it started in round 3. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get sucked in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Well, Johnny, I know it's still early on, but have you been surprised by anything you've seen?
Work the body, frustrate him, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's alright to actually outbox a fight and beat him on points.
Through the straight left, but it won't score. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Both men step back for just a moment. Well done with that counter shot. There's a counter shot. And he scores with the counter. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously the glamour weight is the heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace, you can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights for a middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history books.
Incredible work rate. Straight right just misses. Nice counter shot. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Nice counter shot. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Martinez in that last round. I promise you all three. Here we go to the fourth round. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
That hook just can't find the target. That counter shot lands. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Look back in the history books, some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there, these guys are on.
Down goes Sergio Martinez. When you get hit with a body shot like this, there's nothing you can do. Watch it again in slow motion.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
Back on their feet, but how long will they stay there?
Don't waste time. Get set behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to party. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it. Because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down.
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. The Mexican monster's in trouble. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Looks like he's leading halfway through this round.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change it? It's a perfect start.
Stamina is off the charts. Punch, counter punch. You'd like to see more jabs. Swing and a miss with the jab. He just misses with that jab. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Final 10 seconds here, unless something major happens. I think we all know who won that one. Let's talk about Martinez in that last round. You gotta wonder how big of a fact On to the fifth we go. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
Oh, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very surprised.
You've got someone with that hand speed that this fighter possesses. How do you deal with it?
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get caught to ribbons, and that's when the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
The straight right just misses. I want to think of holding on here for a minute. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Misses with the straight left. This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Catch and shoot. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Holding nothing back here in the round. The straight right just misses. Sergio Martinez is dazed. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Sergio Martinez in that last round. We'll see. Here's the bell to start round 6. How much is left in their tank after last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
A perfect counter shot. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? They need to be careful they don't push themselves out here. Just missed with that hook. They exchange punches. There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What do you see?
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do anything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills, step out the way. Don't fight fire with fire, use flame with a burn.
The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? His stamina is off the charts. Nice counter punch. Nice counter shot. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. He misses with that straight left. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Martinez in that last round. How much cardio was put in for this fight? It may come down to that.
This is where you talk about championship material.
Get focused and get your mind back.
Great.
There's the bell to start round 7. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round. Sergio Martinez is down on the canvas. Is he going to be able to make it back up? Lincoln, you missed it. Good thing we can watch that all over again.
I've got to see that again.
At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. The perfect counter lands. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Beautiful counter punch. You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. He's got the advantage halfway through the round.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T, play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over and over again, they've got it.
Nice counter. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
His stamina is off the charts. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. How about that time counter shot? Good counter punch. So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. Let's talk about Martinez in that last round. Let's see how the game plan changes after that. And we enter the 8th round. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggers back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, you've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Beautiful counter punch. Carries that jab away. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Nice counter punch right up the middle. A straight right just misses. Good counter punch. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift. Look at the swelling and the bruising. They're going to take a look, and they may stop this fight. So the referee took a look and decides, let's keep going. Good counter punch. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Couldn't land that jab. Looking to land the hook. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Swing and miss again. They exchange punches. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Martinez in that last round. Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight. And there's the bell for round 9. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there, they want you to stand there, toe to toe with them, and have a tell. That's what you do in the gym every single day of the week. What you got to do is you got to frustrate them as they set their shots, get out of the way, and they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
His stamina is off the charts. That counter shot lands. Holding nothing back here in the round. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
It's the one who draws first blood talk. That's what you've got to look at. If you can hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
He blocks the jab. Stamina is off the charts. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, Mr. I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Beautiful count. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Martinez in that last round. Now you start wondering how much work these... We've made it to round 10. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
What are they doing that now? Are they trying to get an early out? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
This is with the straight left. As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. He misses with that straight left. The old adage is no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
Some fighters are just gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement.
This fight may stop here considering all the bruising and swelling on the face. And the referee's going to allow them to fight. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Good counter punch. That uppercut can't find a home. How about that time counter shot? Beautiful counter shot. Not throw out a lazy jab in this fight, you'll get knocked out. The Argentine Martinez is down. How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. A knockout victory and one of the biggest surprises of the year.
Well, there's no argument right there. You say it. Night.
We've got high hopes for this contest with these two fighters. Should be a really good matchup. I'm Todd Grisham, and watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson.
Hi Todd, nice to be here with you.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Vasily the Matrix Lomachenko. Lightweight division. Of course, he's a former world champion in 3 different weight classes. Weighing in at 130 pounds, 5'6" inches tall with a reach of 65.4 inches. And the man he'll be facing, it's King Ryan Garcia. Weighing in at 61 kilos, bang on. He's 178 centimeters tall. Vasily the Matrix Lomachenko, Ukraine's finest. He's a former world champion in multiple weight classes. King Ryan Garcia, one of the most famous boxers the world over. The fastest hands in the game. They call him Flash.
Todd, can you spot the reach difference? Can you spot it? Look at that.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, presenting the 2-time Olympic gold medalist from Ukraine, a tremendous 3-division champion of the world, Vasily Lomachenko. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Victorville, California, here is the exciting boxing sensation, King Ryan Garcia.
So much hype surrounding this fight, and now it is go time.
Todd, it's a pleasure and an honor to be here at this venue. It's going to be something special.
Under the bright lights here for this one, really good matchup, and we're hoping for a really good fight. Here we go for round 1. Uppercut just missed. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Catch and shoot. Those counter punches have to hurt. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
There's not a seat to be had in this arena, Johnny. It's got that big fight feel, doesn't it?
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Loma in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fight. What do we expect to see here in round 2? Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on the end. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Counter shot. The straight right just misses. He misses with that jab. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
men step back for just a moment. You'd like to see more jabs. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Loma in that last round. He is down big time on the scores.
These are not...
The bell rings and we start the third. Coming off a very tough round, let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then, put the pressure on.
There's a counter shot. Typical outside fighter, as you know, focuses on defense, stick and move, stick and move.
If you want to corner an outside fire, make them fight off the rope because they don't want to do that. They don't want to stand still. They want to move left to right. Pin him down. Throw a blanket on him.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
How about that time counter shot? That hook just can't find the target. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Let's talk about Loma in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
And he can be confident now.
That's a good round. All right, I like that. I'm happy.
Come on, you're better than that. You've done all your work all the way through camp. That's a terrible...
Set him up and we'll take him out. But he's ready to go. He's got...
Come on, do you want to win this fight? Get out there and switch on. Get this boxing back together.
Here we go to the fourth round. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get sucked in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. Good counter punch. He threw a punch and just got countered. And now the Flash is seeing flashes after that shot. And it appears they weathered the storm. How, I'm not sure.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once and know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than you.
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. Oh, and it's flashing lights for the Flash here. He's got to get out of it. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Loma in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage. Here's the bell to start round 5. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Cubs, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you won that hands down.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. us a second to catch our breath. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. He misses with that straight left. Jab misses. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Loma in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell. Let's start the sixth. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
Now he knows he's being hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Neither one of them want this to go to judges' scorecards. When are we going to see a jab from these two? He threw the hook, didn't land. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. He scores with the counter. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Loma in that last round. Here comes round 7. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you won that hands down.
Beautiful counter punch. They exchange punches. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Perfect counter lands. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Don't be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You just got to use brain.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. We're about to see Ryan Garcia go to the canvas. Let's talk about Loma in that last round. At this point, you gotta believe he can't win on the scorecards. Gonna need a knockout.
The bell, sometimes it could be the sweetest sound.
Yes, I like that round. Good round. Good man.
What are you doing? Come on, switch on. Switch on.
Good work. Don't get jabbed. Don't get carried away. Anybody keep
Okay, focus, focus. Big deep breath. Big deep breath. Calm yourself down. Calm yourself down. Come on. Breathe, breathe.
But you got complacent. The fight's not over yet. You've got to go out.
Just keep them on the other end of that jab, and you get your time.
What are you doing? You switched off.
Round 8, and we're off again. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on the end. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Well done with that counter shot. Punch, counter punch. write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Do you believe what we're seeing? Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You know, with lightweights, these guys are going to be lightning quick.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing up and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you...
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? Right now, the Flash is seeing flashes after that shot. Let's talk about Loma in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
You can't leave it up to the judge.
There's Bell start round 9. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you won that hands down.
These punches coming from every angle. Perfect counter shot. Both men step back for just a moment. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Here we go with these two lightning quick lightweights.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Counter punch caught him clean. Nice counter shot. Beautiful counter shot. We wanted action and they are delivering. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Oh, it's flashing lights for the Flash here. He's got to get out of the truck. Let's talk about Loma in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next. It's round 10. Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Defense is not an option for these two. That counter shot lands. That jab doesn't find a home. Good counter punching. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
You'd like to see more jabs. Very competitive. Oh, wait a minute! Are we about to see Ryan Garcia go to the canvas? And the kid goes down! I want to see that again, but from a different angle.
You like Tom? What a shot!
Garcia in that last round. It's not over till it's over. Here we go in the championship rounds, round 11. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he come out, flashes a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle, man. He's got to bluff him.
Swinging big and missing big with that hook. Nice counter. Oh, it's flashing lights for the flash here. He's got to get out of trouble. They've avoided catastrophe there.
Not caught sleeping on the job. What you do, you step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it.
Well, hold on a second, Johnny. Right now, the Flash is seeing flashes after that shot. Didn't wait long to get back in and get engaged.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely done. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Loma in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them, but on to the 12th. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get sucked in. Make you fight your fight.
Hold on, I'm going to cut you off here, Johnny. Lomachenko is buzzed.
Steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Nice counter punch. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
And you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered.
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? Are we about to see Ryan Garcia go to the canvas? It appears the onslaught is over. At least hold that thought. Oh, it's flashing lights for the Flash here. He's got to get out of trouble. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Pretty lopsided decision there, a unanimous one.
Unanimous? You know what? Smart sided. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the fight, there was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.
Hope you brought your glow sticks. It's time to get funky here at the Observatory. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
Time for our tail of the tape. And of course, here he is, Alexander Usyk. He's 6'3" with a 78-inch reach. He'll square off against Tyson Fury. He stands an imposing 6'9" tall with a reach of 85 inches.
Remember, there's a shorter reach here, so now they have to slip inside and use the speed, use the proximity, and that timing to time off the long jab that comes in to jump over the top. It's about skills now. Skills will pay the bills.
Alexander Usyk, the former undisputed cruiserweight champion and heavyweight champion of the world, fighting out of Ukraine. The Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, this multi-time heavyweight champion of the world, fighting out of Manchester, England. He'll beat you down and then sing to you afterwards.
Just take note, Todd. Check out the reach. Check it out.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, and now from Crimea in Ukraine, here is an undisputed cruiserweight world champion and an undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Alexander Usyk. Fighting out of the blue corner from Manchester, England, and standing at 6 feet 9 inches, here is a sensational heavyweight champion of the world, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury.
And this one has all of those big fight feels you want from a prize fight. Here we go.
The wait is over. The speaking stop. The fight begins now. Let's get the answers.
What a great venue and what a great matchup. Cannot wait for this one. Here we go. Round one. Who's going to land the first big shot? You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. He threw a punch and just got countered. Misses with a straight left. There's a counter shot. Not much accuracy being displayed. Both of these fighters swinging wildly. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Counter punch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make their history last for.
I can't believe we're only halfway through the round. Did you see that? The big Ukrainian in big trouble. It appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Green Days now needs to stay in the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Beautiful counter punch. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something. On to the second round. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
That counter shot lands. They exchange punches. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like the match made in heaven.
That counter punch out is clean. Have to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And misses with that jab. Caution scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Wow, it's like two.
Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and start it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then, put the pressure on.
Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react on that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching you every move, every twitch.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Well done with that counter shot. The straight right just misses. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Tyson Fury just got rocked! Do you believe this? Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough. Here's the bell for round 4. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until you're sense of the comeback.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Swing and miss with that left hook. Beautiful counter shot. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Nice counter shot. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Straight right just misses. Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. And around it. Here's the bell to start round 5. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
Now he knows he's being hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him up. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. How about that time counter shot? Oh, Johnny! Tyson Fury just got buzzed! Down goes Fury! And you can see here his face basically melts into his glove, and down he goes.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods. One, two, three, four. You still want to fight?
Apparently it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
He's up, but for how long? Look at that. On the heels. Look at it. There's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. It just takes one more clear shot. A clean one. And he's out of there.
Catch and shoot. Usyk might go down here. What an upset! That started off Fury in that last round. He's been knocked down, but at least not knocked. Here's the bell for round 6. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not gonna happen. He's got to hustle, man. He's got to bluff him.
Perfect counter lands. They won't give us a second to catch our breath. There's the uppercut and misses. The counter punching. Those counter punches have to hurt. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Counter shot. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
I've been in fights like that.
There's the bell, start round 7. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get sucked in. Make you fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
As we burn through these rounds, this aggressive fighter continues to come forward, seemingly with endless energy, John.
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight, fire with fire. You either give them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Good counter punch. They have no respect for each other's punching power. That jab doesn't score. Can't find a home for that jab. Big swing and miss with the hook. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. And they're back at it again here in round 8. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you won that hands down.
Punch, counter punch. One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you.
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. And Tyson Fury just got clipped. And down goes Fury. Oh my goodness. I want to see that one more time.
That's lights out right there.
So back into the fray again, but how much do they have left?
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they're going to G you up, they're going to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Nice counter. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner is going to have their work cut out for them. Let's talk about Fury in that last round. So it's plan B. And we enter the night. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Nice counter. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. This fight has a real good flow to it. Nice counter punch. That counter shot lands. Nice counter shot. He threw a punch and just got countered. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They're both trying for a knockout. The jab doesn't quite connect. That pull right there. Oh my, the Ukrainian has been rattled. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round. There's the belt for round 10. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to block it. They've got to block it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then, put the pressure on.
Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
You know what? Sometimes on the belly when you fight like that, when you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Usyk! No, we don't see a knockdown.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What can they do? What will tell them when they go to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Handshake. We've never seen Alexander Usyk hurt like this before. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round, you're getting it. You're going to get the kitchen sink.
Don't be looking there in the middle of the round. I need you to focus on what you're doing. He's ready to go. He's absolutely shattered. He's hurt. Go back out there and win the round. Get back the anchor jab. Basics.
This is the 11th we've entered the championship rounds. Coming off a very tough round, let's see what they do here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Nice counter shot. How about that time counter shot? One right there. Oh, and Tyson Fury just got rocked. This could be it! Tyson Fury, one of the great heavyweight champions! Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Tyson Fury in serious trouble. I don't see how he's going to get out of this. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again.
Oh my goodness, Johnny! Tyson Fury just got rocked! Do you believe this? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. One right there! Oh, and Tyson Fury just got rocked! This could be it! Tyson Fury! Let's talk about off. And there's the bell to start round 12. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you won that hands down.
These two fighters are made for one another. The counter lands. That counter shot lands. These are heavyweights, but I tell you what, that hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Usyk might go down here. What an upset! Somehow weathered the storm.
Rock caught sleeping on the job. What do you do?
Oh my goodness, Johnny! The big Ukrainian in big trouble. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Tyson Fury just got buzzed. His eyes don't look good. No surprise there, a unanimous decision.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight, what a style, what a pace to get a unanimous decision. That is mad. I didn't see that coming. I thought this would be tight. This is nowhere near tight.